The cuffs snapped around my wrists as my cows lowed in confusion, their trust in me stronger than the sheriff's. My crime? Running a ranch that didn't fit the polished vision of Margaret Voss, the HOA tyrant of Willow Creek, Montana. 1 week I'm milking my herd. The next I'm slapped with fines for unapproved barn paint and disruptive mowing. Ever been hit with fake laws and poison pies? My name's Nate Harper, and if your HOA's ever turned your life into a legal circus, drop a comment below and tell me where you're reading from. This tale from April 2024 starts with petty rules but explodes into a battle for my land and legacy. Hold on, it's a wild one. 8 years ago, fresh from the Navy, I sank every cent into Willow Creek Ranch, 60 acres of rugged land outside Missoula. It was a patch of dirt with a sagging cabin and splintered fences, but I saw a future. With a veteran's lone and calloused hands, I built barns, strung water lines, and nursed the soil back to life. This wasn't just land, it was my soul. I buried my dog Ranger under the big pine, carved my initials into the barn with Dad's old knife, and scattered my sister's ashes on the west ridge after she didn't make it back from Iraq. When floods tore down my first fence, I rebuilt it tougher. When the 2022 drought hit, I hauled water for my cows, praying for rain. Every sunrise from my porch, every calf I pulled in the barn, every bead of sweat. This ranch isn't mine, I'm its. My routine was simple. 4 a.m., milk my 15 Guernseys for local markets, fix what's broken, then sip whiskey at dusk, watching my herd graze under the Montana sky. 3 weeks before trouble brewed, a drone started buzzing my pasture at dawn, no markings, just watching. I figured it was a kid's toy, but it kept returning, vanishing toward the new estates. The feed store's old Hank shrugged. Probably realtors scoping land. It felt wrong. Willow Creek was ranch country, but city folk, Seattle techies, Denver execs had been snapping up plots, building mansions. Most were fine, seeking quiet, but Margaret Voss was a storm in white linen. She rolled in from Portland, erecting a $2.5 million glass palace half a mile away. Her first visit came as I mended a fence. In spotless slacks and heels, she smiled like a snake. "Nate, I'm Margaret, your neighbor. Ever thought of selling? This could be a stunning retreat." I stared, hammer in hand. "This ranch stays mine." Her eyes glinted, cold. "Such potential for improvement," she purred, walking away. I should have known she'd be trouble. Next morning, I caught her in my pasture, notepad in hand, measuring my barn like she owned it. "Just learning the area," she chirped, but her eyes said surveillance. A week later, a certified letter arrived, thick as a brick, from the Willow Creek HOA. Violations piled up. My grass was overgrown at 7 inches, my cows' odors offended, my barn's red paint was non-compliant. The fine? $1,800, due in 30 days, signed by Margaret, HOA chair. I called neighbor Tom Riley, a 40-year rancher. "HOA? Ain't no such thing here," he growled. But the Wilsons, a mile off, admitted signing her papers, lured by her pies and talk of property values. My heart sank. Folks I'd helped through blizzards now dodged my gaze. Margaret had turned my community against me with pastries and lies. I drove to her mansion, its driveway gleaming like a runway. She waited on her steps, all white, smiling like a shark. "Nate, about those improvements?" I held up her letter. "Margaret, this ranch follows county rules. No HOA out here." She tilted her head, patronizing. "A majority makes it binding, Nate. 6 signatures, including yours truly." Her map circled my ranch in red. I clenched my jaw. "You can't control my land." Her smile didn't budge, but her documents were lawyer sharp. I left, fury rising. Neighbors stared as I passed, whispers trailing. Margaret wasn't just bullying, she was rewriting my world. 3 days after I refused her fines, a white van rolled up. 3 suits with clipboards swarmed my ranch, led by a mustached man claiming to be an environmental inspector. No warrant, just a fancy card from Green Standards Incorporated. They measured my barn's setback, 9 feet, not 10, sniffed my soil, and snapped photos like I ran a dump. Margaret appeared, pristine, feigning concern. "Hope there's no emergency," she cooed. The inspector nodded to her. "Mrs. Voss, we've got violations galore." My blood boiled. They knew her by name. 2 hours later, they handed me a $4,000 fine for health hazards. I overheard the inspector on his phone. Reports ready tomorrow, Mrs. Voss. I dug into their company fake address. Website 2 weeks old. Actors, not inspectors, hired by Margaret. That night, a night vision drone buzzed my barn. This wasn't neighborly spy-tight, was a calculated siege. In jail, after my arrest, I met Ed Larson, a 70-year-old rancher locked up for a bar fight. He knew Margaret. She ruined me, he said, hands trembling. His goat farm, 5 miles away, fell to her fake HOA, fines, and arrests for threats. She'd bought his land cheap, turning his family's barn into a party venue. She steals history, he spat. Uses the system cops. Paper stove break you. Released after 48 hours, I found footprints and a new camera on my land. Margaret was watching, waiting for my next move. Ed's words burned. She's careless now. Document everything. I installed hidden cameras, barn, porch, trees. Then I called Margaret, voice heavy. I'm done fighting. Let's talk selling. She arrived in an hour, portfolio bursting, barely hiding her glee. This'll be great for us both, she gushed at my table, my phone and cameras rolling. Most fold faster, Nate. I've done this with 4 ranches, goats, crops, horses. They resist, I push, they sell cheap. Community restructuring, I call it. She bragged about fake inspectors, HOA loopholes, and surveillance. People don't fight paperwork, she laughed. Then she saw my camera. Her face paled. Is that recording? Just security, I said. She bolted, snarling. You'll regret this. At 2 a.m., my cameras pinged. Margaret, in black, crept across my pasture with a chainsaw, cutting fences, dousing my barn with gasoline, smashing my pump. She snapped photos, then called 911. Nate's unhinged, wrecking his ranch. I phoned Deputy Harris. She's burning my place, cameras got it. Sirens wailed. Margaret froze as lights hit her, gas can in hand. She tripped in the mud, cuffed as she ranted. I'm saving this community. Her mask was gone, her white facade filthy. Neighbors rallied the next day. The Wilsons brought bread, ashamed of signing her papers. Tom helped fix my fence, cursing city vultures. Margaret faced charges: arson, fraud, false reports, extortion. Her fake HOA dissolved, fines refunded. Her mansion sold at a loss. She fled to Oregon. My ranch thrived, neighbors buying my milk, county fast-tracking my permits. A sign went up, 24/7 surveillance. Margaret taught me to fight smart. Was I too ruthless, baiting her confession? Should HOAs exist in rural havens? Will she strike back? Comment, like, subscribe, share your take.